and Prairie Du Chien will move to our left. Decorah moving to our right here in the first half. Brooke Moret and Caitlin Craigle will jump center. The official blows his whistle. The ball is in the air, and the tap controlled by Prairie Du Chien. Lindsay Welter drives in on the right side, stops at the right block, put up the shot, no good. Taylor Skring the rebound for Decorah. Off to Shelby Stahlberger, bringing it to the front court to our right. First possession for the Vikings. Bounce pass on the left wing to Jurlett underneath the Zidlicki left block. Put it up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Prairie Du Chien. It was Moret who got it. Moret in the open floor. Bounce pass along the right baseline to Katie Check. High on the right to Trouts. Trouts over on the right wing to Check. Check top of the key to Moret. Moret checked by Craigle in the person-to-person defense left side. Trouts the bounce pass on the right side to Swigum. Swigum underneath at the right block to Welter. She misses the layup and the rebound to Sandra Zidlicki for Decorah. 40 seconds in, no score. Taylor Skirring on a bounce pass to the left wing and Peyton Jurlett. Jurlett bounces to the left corner and Skirring retreats to the midcourt area. Prairie playing a tight person-to-person defense. On the right wing is Shelby Stahlberger. Stahlberger in the right corner to Skirring. Skirring holding and looking. Back between the circles to Jurlett. Jurlett takes a dribble, goes right side to Skirring underneath the Zidlicki right block, put it up, no good. Rebound Jenna Swigum. Off to Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret in the open floor, drives all the way down, put it up off the glass and in. And a minute 13 in, Prairie Du Chien on the board first.
And here comes a 2-3-1 press here, the way 2-2-1 press, the way it looks.
Stahlberger to Skirring, still in the backcourt. Skirring passes across the timeline on the far left wing to Peyton Jurlett. Jurlett gets a screen from Zidlicki. Lob pass underneath the Zidlicki. Left block, put it up, no good, but a foul is called. And a nice screen roll set up that time between Jurlett and Zidlicki.
You bet, Darren. And certainly Zid has had a chance to score 3 times now. And again, what looks like we're going to work inside.
Sandra Zidlicki at the free throw line is 5 of 18, just 28% this year. The first free throw is up and good, and it's 2-1 Prairie Du Chien, 6:25 to play first quarter.
One thing that you better be ready for when you play Prairie is that they're going to try to get back, fast break you back. So you're going to have to make sure that you release and have somebody back.
Jenna Swigum had the foul, by the way. Free throw no good. Rebound down to Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret brings it up the far right side. Dribbles to the top of the key. Moret over on the left wing to Lindsay Welter. Welter a hand pass back to Brooke Krause. Top of the key, Brooke Moret. Moret driving all the way down the lane. Put up the shot. It was blocked by Skirring. Skirring pulls it down as well. 2 minutes in, 2-1 Prairie Du Chien. Decorah ball. Skirring on the right wing to Shelby Stahlberger. Stahlberger holds and looks, takes a dribble, stops right at the key, goes on the left side of Skirring. The ball goes through her hands and out of bounds. And I think it's going to stay Decorah ball because I think Welter got the steal but dragged the pivot foot afterwards.
Well, she was standing out of bounds. That doesn't help either.
Okay. Tried to make it look more impressive than what it was. Jurlett's pass deflected out of bounds by Brooke Crouch as she dives her way into the scorer's table at midcourt. 2:10 into the game, 2-1 Prairie Du Chien.
Boy, the back door is open here because Prairie's really putting some pressure on our wings, Darren.
Inbounds it comes to Craigle on the near right wing, back to Stahlberger. Stahlberger works on Trouch. Stahlberger on the drive of the lane. Bounce pass along the left baseline to Craigle. 10-footer up and good. Caitlin Craigle gives Decorah their first lead at 3-2.
Beautiful assist there by Stahlberger.
We are 2:30 into the game. Trouch on the right side to Welter. Welter steps up to an 18-footer. It is no good. Zidlicki the rebound for Decorah. Out of Skirring. Skirring quickly up on the front court to Stahlberger. Stahlberger driving to the right block. Put up a runner from 5. It's snare ball. Rebound. Katie Check for Prairie Du Chien. Check dribbles across the timeline. Check on a bounce pass right wing to Welter. Welter goes top of the key to Swigum. Swigum on the left side of Katie Check. Katie Check on the left. Her pass intercepted by Skirring, but she couldn't maintain possession. Trouts takes it on the right wing, right corner to Swigum. Swigum throws it into the backcourt to Trouts, and the ball will go out of bounds and will be Decorah ball with 4:55 to play. Quarter number 1, 3-2. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah.
Well, I tell you right now, it looks like both teams were out of school today, Darren, because they're not real sharp.
Laura Ducharme and Paige Rickleff in for Prairie Du Chien. Riley Monteith in for Decorah. Inbounds pass comes to Peyton Jurlett in the midcourt area. Right corner to Skuring. Skuring top of the key to Stahlberger. Stahlberger on the left side of Peyton Jurlett. She'll put it on the deck, retreating to the midcourt area. Her pass bobbled a bit, but regaining possession was Skuring. Skuring drives to the right side, lost it, got it back in the right corner. She's being picked on there by Welter, and she'll play it off her knee, and it'll go out of bounds. 4:34 to play in the first quarter, 3-2 Decorah.
And again, Darren, we're just not doing a real good job of moving the ball here. Everybody's kind of standing around waiting for someone else to do something.
Skuring will look to get it inbounds. Does so to Kriegel in the right corner. Right wing to Stahlberger. Back to Skuring. Right corner. A three-pointer is up. It's good. Taylor Skuring with her first bucket of the night. And the Vikes are on a 6-0 run. It's 6-2 Decorah. 4:20 to play first quarter.
That was the best movement of the night, Darren, on offense.
Moret on the drive of the lane, had it stripped away by Skuring, taken away by Riley Monteith for Decorah. Now to Skuring, driving down the lane, put up the shot, in, and a foul is called. Defense leads to offense, and Skuring with the opportunity at the three-point play as Welter will get the foul, her first, team second.
Credit Monteith with a good steal, but also a nice outlet pass to get that break started, Darren.
It'll be Taylor Skuring at the free throw line as Zidlicki back in to join Monty Skuring. Maria McDonough and Linnea Keppert on the floor now for Decorah.
I like this, Darren, that we're subbing some of these players early, get them a feel for the floor, get them on the court.
Free throw no good. Rebound Brooke Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret in the open floor. Kicks it along the baseline to Maria Schemp, who just checked in, and she will lay it up and in.
I don't believe anybody had her on defense the way it looked.
8-4. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah halfway point first quarter. Monteith top of the key to Linnea Keppart midcourt area. Left side Maria McDonough. McDonough on the left wing to Keppart. Back between the circles to Skuring. Skuring driving right baseline. Backs it out. 15-footer air ball. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Maria McDonough. Prairie Du Chien will play it in the backcourt to our right. 3:44 to play first quarter. It's 8-4 Decorah.
Right now, Decorah is shooting 3 of 7. Prairie Du Chien has got 2 of 6.
Up to the front court comes Brooke Trouch to Moret. Left corner to Maria Skemp. Skemp in the left corner guarded by Keppart. Now to Trouch. Top of the key. Three-pointer no good. Rebound to the side. Out of bounds. Untouched. Decorah will play it. 3:26 to play in the quarter.
Well, we'll let her shoot that as long as she doesn't make them. But, boy, there was no one within the same zip code, Darren.
Skuring at three-quarter court. Skuring now to McDonough. Passes across the timeline to the near right wing. And Keppart now to Zidlicki underneath. Turnaround shot in and out. Rebound pulled down by Rickleff for Prairie Du Chien. Now to Moret. Moret on the left wing, guarded by Monteith. Bounce pass on the right side to Laura Ducharme. Ducharme top of the key to Paige Rickleff. Rickleff kicks it now to Trouch. Down the lane, put up the shot from 5. No good. Rebound pulled down by Skuring for Decorah. She'll bring it to the front court to our right, leading 8-4 with 2:50 to play first quarter. McDonough on the left wing. McDonough bounce pass top of the key to Linnea Keppart. Keppart puts it on the deck, goes right wing to Skuring. Skuring lob pass underneath to Monteith right of the lane. Monteith looks for a pass, kicks it to McDonough top of the key. Left side to Keppart, 17-footer, back iron, no. Rebound down, and a foul is going to be called on Riley Monteith in the battle for position. Monteith picks up her first, team's first.
Yeah, and right now, Darren, nobody has an offensive rebound, so it's one and done.
In for Prairie Du Chien, Katie Check to join Paige Rickleff. Maria Skemp, Brooke Trouch, and Brooke Moret on the floor. Trouch dribbles to the left wing. Uses a Moret screen to the free throw line. Dumps it to Moret at the left block against Monteith. Put up the shot too strong. Rebound Zidlicki for Decorah. Now to Keppart. Left side to Skuring in the front court. Skuring left baseline to Maria McDonough. Back on the left wing to Skuring. Skuring retreats to the midcourt area, working on Trouch. Driving down the lane. Put up the shot. No good. Foul call.
Yeah, give her credit for that one. Taylor did a nice job of taking the ball right at him.
And the foul will go against Paige Rickleff, her first, team's third. Skuring to the free throw line to shoot 2. She is 0 for 1 on the night. She is 56% on the season. First free throw up and good, so Taylor already with 6. Stahlberger Kriegel back in to get Monteith and McDonough to join Kephart, Skirring, and Zidlicki on the floor. Taylor was 6 of the 9 for Decorah thus far. Taylor will have another. It's up, and it is good. 7 of the 10 for Skirring, and she'll get a breather for Peyton Jurley.
Well,
10-4 Decorah.
This will be a big point right here, Darren. Can we continue the lead, maybe build on it without Taylor on the court?
Up to the front court comes Trouch. High on the left to Moret outside the arc near left side. Moret puts it on the deck to the free throw line. Goes to Trouch. Ball goes through her hands and goes out of bounds. Trouch tried to save it, but ran out of real estate on the far right side.
That's only the second turnover of the game. Luckily, they're both for Prairie Du Chien.
1:45 to play here in the first quarter. Decorah up 10-4. Drill it on the left wing, dribbles to the top of the key off a Stahlberger screen, gives it back to Shelby on the left wing, dribbles to the free throw line, right wing to Kephart. Kephart spins to the top of the key to drill it on the right wing underneath to Kriegel, and Kriegel had the ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds on help side defense by Brooke Moret.
And that was very lucky because it was not a good position play there.
Trout's out. Lindsay Welter back in for Prairie Du Chien. Kephart plays it baseline right, front court to our right for Decorah. Kephart lobs it inbounds. It's run down by Stahlberger at the free throw line. She'll step up to a 12-footer. It goes. Shelby with her first two. It's 12-4 Decorah. 1:18 to play first quarter. Moret up into the front court. Moret holding and looking. Goes on the right side to Lindsay Welter. Welter high on the right to Rickliff. Rickliff on the drive in the lane. She bumps into Sandra Zidlicki. And what are we going to have here? Sandra is going to get called for the foul.
Well, she was maybe moving there. That could have been one of those 50-50 calls, Darren. But
it was a 50-50 call. 1:08 to play first quarter. 12-4 the score. Inbounds for Prairie Du Chien. KDEC into the right wing, and Welter back to KDEC in the right corner. Katie dribbles to the right wing, top of the key to Paige Rickliff. Rickliff on the left side to Lindsay Welter. Welter on the left wing, guarded by Jurlett, goes on the right to Moret. Had it knocked away, taken away by Kephart for Decorah. Kephart up the left side of the floor. Kephart stops on the left wing, goes top of the key to Peyton Jurlett. Jurlett on the right side of Stahlberger. Steps up to a 15-footer. It rattles and hangs. Shelby with her second bucket, 14-4 Decorah. And a 30-second timeout is asked for by Paula Shedevy, the head coach for Prairie Du Chien.
Well, you know, the last game that we had at Decorah, Darren, against Charles City, Stahlberger had a really nice second half and was showing a lot more desire to shoot the ball and make some plays happen. And we're seeing that same thing tonight, and that's what you want out of a senior. You want that leadership.
40.1 to play here in the first quarter. It's a 14-4 lead for Decorah. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren and Larry wishing you the happiest and healthiest of holiday seasons from Prairie Du Chien tonight.
You know, we have to say hello to our best fan.
Yep, Ruth Price.
Yep, Ruth, I hope you're going to have a great holiday, and certainly maybe the boys are going to come and see you, or maybe you're actually on the way out to San Diego, wherever they live, and have a little vacation.
I would go with the latter if I was Ruth, but Merry Christmas to Ruth and everybody else out there. On the right wing with it is KDEC. Check high on the right to Paige Rickliff. Steps up to a 15-footer. It banks in. Rickliff with her first bucket, 14-6 Decorah. Jurlett tried to get it to Kephart, threw it over her head and out of bounds. 19.7 to play here in the first quarter. It's 14-6 Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah.
And again, one of those crucial points in the game. We have to take care of business here, Darren.
Up to the front court comes Welter. Welter high on the left to Moret. Moret left baseline to Skemp. Skemp in the left corner, top of the key to Moret. Decorah going 2-3 matchup here on the left side. Check with 2 seconds in the quarter. Takes a 15-footer, no good. Rebound to Zidlicki. Horn sounds. Quarter over. 1 quarter done. 14-6 Prairie Du Chien. Let's take a break for Ace Hardware. A 14-6 lead for Decorah as we head to quarter number 2. Darren and Larry back with you here in Prairie Du Chien tonight. Your thoughts thus far, Coach B?
Well, both teams are starting out a little bit sluggish, but I think Decorah has kind of picked up the pace a little bit. They're executing much better on the offensive end right now, and that's paying dividends for them. Shooting-wise, Decorah is 5 of 11, about 45%. On the other hand, only Prairie Du Chien also shot 11 shots. They've only made 3. That's 27%.
Jurlett, Skirring, Stahlberger, Zidlicki, and Kriegel for Decorah. It is Skimp. It is Swigum as they try to get it inside to Zidlicki. They do. Layup left block, no good. Kriegel, the rebound, shot it up, no good. Zidlicki tied up on the board by Swigum. Alternating possession will go to Prairie Du Chien.
That's the first offensive rebound of the night, Darren.
We just picked up another fan, Coach B.
We did.
We'll tell you about it at the next dead ball.
I'm excited as a gooseberry pie in an oven.
Rickliff top of the key, left side to Trout. Trout steps up to an 8-footer. It dances out, no good. Zidlicki got the rebound, and she was fouled on the way out by Swigum, who picks up her second personal and the team's fourth. Got to say hi to my buddy Brent Storhoff listening in tonight.
Well, that Brent, I tell you, he's probably got kid duty, I would imagine, at home there.
Exactly.
Probably keep the kids from peeking in the presents.
Exactly. Oh, you should say hi to Claire and Bryn, too.
Yeah, Brent's one of the kind of a neighbor of mine when where I used to live up in Preston Lanesboro area.
Over on the right side with it is Skuring. Skuring. Top of the key to Stahlberger. Stahlberger bounce pass right side to Skuring. Three-pointer up and good.
Taylor's on fire right now. We got to find her, get the ball to her.
10 points already for Skuring. It's 17-6 Decorah. 7:05 to play second quarter. Up to the front court comes Trouts. Trouts on the left wing to Skimp. Skimp bounces right side to Trouts. Trouts on the left side to Welter. Welter on the left wing guarded by Skuring. Welter holding and looking. Puts it on the deck. Lost control of it, but Skuring got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Taylor picks up her first and the team's third.
Certainly no reason for her to do that because that girl wasn't going anywhere.
Prairie Du Chien basketball. Up to the front court comes Trouts. Decorah playing a person-to-person defense on the left side. Moret steps up to a 15-footer off the back iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Skuring. Minute and a half into the second quarter. 17-6. Prairie Du Chien, and a foul away from the ball as a Prairie Du Chien player fell down. Ducharme fell down. Kriegel called for the foul, her first, team's fourth.
And you know what? I was watching, just happened to see it, and there was absolutely no reason in the world to call a foul because the girl fell down.
Trouts high on the left to Moret. In the front court to our left. Top of keep. Rickliff. Rickliff on the left side to Ducharme. Steps up to a 15-footer. It is no good. Kriegel pulls down the board for Decorah. Outlet left to Skuring. Now to Jurlet. Dribbles across the timeline. 2 minutes into the second quarter. 17-6 Decorah. Skuring on the right wing. Top of the key to Jurlet. Left side to Stahlberger. Tried to get it underneath to Zidlicki. The pass wide of the mark and out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but we just have what Shelby needed to do is take one quick dribble to the left, and she'd have had a great entry for a layup.
3 new players in the game. Kephart, McDonough, and Monteith come in to join Kriegel and Jurlet on the floor. Up out of the front court comes Prairie Du Chien with Trouts. Trouts on the right wing to Ducharme. Back between the circles to Moret. Left side to Welter. Welter, top of the key to Trouts. Trouts on the right side to Rickliff. Rickliff steps up to a 17-footer, no good, but she was fouled in the act from behind. And the foul will go on Peyton Jurlet. That'll be personal number 1 and team foul number 5. Prairie Du Chien to the free throw line for the first time tonight in Paige Rickliff.
You know, it's so important for Decorah to really bear down now and play really solid basketball. Sure, it's 17-7 at this point in time, but just a couple of real lackadaisical things here, and all of a sudden they can get back in the game, get a little confidence.
Rickliff, first free throw up and good. Second free throw no good. Rebound Caitlin Kriegel for Decorah. 2.5 into quarter number 2. 17-7 Vikings. Jurlet right corner. Three-pointer no good. Rebound pulled down by Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret pushes the ball up into the front court. Goes on the right side of Trouts. Trouts on the drive of the lane. Put it up off the glass. No good. McDonough the board for Decorah. Outlet left to Jurlet. Veers to the center of the floor. Passes on the right wing to Kephart. Now to Jurlet. Left side of McDonough. McDonough bounce pass underneath to Monteith. Top of the key to Jurlet. Three-pointer up. Got it. Inside then out. That works. Makes the three-pointers work a lot better there, Coach.
Boy, it's within the offense.
20-7 Decorah. 4:55 to play second quarter. Pass into the backcourt, run down by Prairie Du Chien. Welter's going to touch it up for an over and back. That'll be the fourth turnover on Prairie Du Chien.
I tell you, Prairie just does not show any type of, what do I want to call it? Go to the basketism?
Moxie?
Yeah, that's probably true.
If you want to make up words, you can go right ahead there, partner.
Yeah, that's all right. It's Christmas.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of Christmas, how was your Nashville trip?
Ah, great. That's a town I'd recommend anybody visiting, including you, Coach B. You ever been there?
I have not had that opportunity.
So, McDonough on the left wing. McDonough takes a couple of dribbles, passes on the right side to Kephart, right corner to Skuring. Skuring retreats to the midcourt area. Skuring on the drive of the lane, kicks it left side of McDonough. McDonough on the left wing, back between the circles to Kephart. Kephart takes a couple of dribbles, goes right wing to Skuring. Skuring puts it on the deck, drives it to the baseline, tried to get it to Kephart, lost control of it, it goes out of bounds. 4:24 to play, second quarter, 20-7. Decorah on top. They led 14-6 at the end of the first quarter.
And again, a great idea, dribble underneath like that, but then make a pass we can handle.
Crouch on the right wing to Cheek. Cheek dribbles to the free throw line, top of the key to Moret. Moret leaves it on the right side to Trouch. Back right corner to Moret. Moret drives the right side, goes top of the key to Trouch. Guarded by McDonough. Right side of Moret, going to take a three-pointer. It is no good. Zidlicki the rebound for Decorah. Leaves it for Skuring, who dribbles to the front court to our right. Underneath the Monteith right block. Back to Kephart. 18-footer right side. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cheek of Prairie Du Chien. Cheek against McDonough in the backcourt. Cheek crosses over across the timeline to the front court to our left. To Moret in the midcourt area. Dribbles to the free throw line. Goes right side to Rickleft. Rickleft takes a dribble right side. Top of the key to Moret. Moret holding and looking, working on Monteith. Leaves it on the left wing to Skimp. Skimp leaves it to Trouch. She lost control of it. It's taken away by Skuring. Skuring drives in. Layup no good. Rebound pulled down by Rickleft for Prairie Du Chien. And Taylor picks up a cheap nickel dimer in the backcourt out of frustration. Her second. And the team's sixth. 3:21 to play second quarter. 20-7. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah.
And that's something Taylor's going to have to continue to work on. You made a mistake. You should have made the layup. There's everybody in the court knows that, uncontested. But then let it go. Play for the next roundup. Don't go in there and make that foul.
Prairie Du Chien will dribble up in the front court with Trouts. Trouts guarded by Stolberger, leaves it to Moret on the left wing. Moret dribbles to the top of the key, working on Monteith, picks up her dribble, goes on the left side to Katie Cheek, a three-pointer up and good. First trifecta of the night for Prairie Du Chien, and that is the first bucket of the second quarter for Prairie Du Chien. 20-10 Decorah. Kephart, right side to Jurlet. Jurlet lost control of it. It's taken away by Prairie Du Chien. Achenbach tried to connect with Trouts. Pass too long, too far, and out of bounds. A timeout asked for by Coach Storhoff here with 2:46 to play in the second quarter. It is a 20-10 lead for Decorah. It'll be a 30-second timeout here.
Well, sometimes you get kind of trapped in playing the way the other team is playing. It's very important that Decorah be sharp here. I mean, let's build a cushion here. 10 points is nothing here for us. I mean, they could come back with a couple of threes, and pretty soon you're right in the ball game. We need to build on this right here, and again, the way you do that is by taking care of the same business you were earlier at the end of the first quarter into the beginning of the second quarter, Darren.
Jurlet, Kephart, Stolberger, Monteith, and Zidlicki on the floor for Decorah. It is for Prairie Du Chien, Katie Check, Moret, as Jurlet dribbles up into the front court, lost control of her dribble, and it goes out of bounds. And actually, they called a travel there.
Yeah.
Jurlet out, and
this happened to her the other night. She had about 5 turnovers right in a row. She's just got to settle down.
Trouts on the left side to Kelsey Achenbach. Achenbach tried to get it to Trouts, but she couldn't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds. A turnover on Prairie Du Chien. Credit some nice defense from Shelby Stolberg.
Yep, everything was right except she went with a steal with the wrong hand, but we'll let that go.
Jurlet on the right wing to Stahlberger. Top of the key to Kephart. Lob pass in the left corner to Jurlet. Jurlet skips it over right wing to Stahlberger underneath the Kriegel. Nice up and under move, but she put it up too strong. Rebound down to Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Outlet left to Katie Check. Check underneath at the left block to Achenbach, but she short arms the layup, and the rebound pulled down by Kephart. For Decorah. 2-minute mark, first quarter, 20-10. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah. We're in the second quarter, in fact. Jurlet's pass intercepted by Trouch. Trouch drives in. Layup too strong. Rebound being fought for in the corner, out of bounds. Last touch by Linnea Kephart. 1:48 to play here in the second quarter. 20-10. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah. Here in Prairie Du Chien tonight. Inbounds it comes to Moret, high on the right. Moret to Achenbach on the right wing, leaves it now to Trouch. Trouch driving in the lane, dumps underneath at the right block to Moret, and Moret goes up. Shot blocked, but a foul is called. That's really the first time I've seen one of their inside players, shall we say, forward center, to actually went to the basket. Zidlicki picks up the second, team seventh, so Blackhawks will shoot for the final 100 seconds of the first half. First free throw up and good for Brooke Moret. That's her third point. We've been stuck on 20, Darren. We have a tendency this year to get stuck on points during the ball game. Let's hope we can get off 20. Second free throw up and good for Moret. It's 20-12, Decorah. Decorah ball shooting to our right. Stahlberger in the midcourt area against a 1-3-1 now being played by Prairie Du Chien. Stahlberger driving right baseline, leaves it to McDonough. McDonough on the right wing to Kriegel. Kriegel top of the key to Stahlberger. Left side to Shelby to McDonough underneath the Zidlicki. Put up the shot, no good. Rebound down, and a foul is going to be called on Decorah in the battle for the board. You know, Zidlicki, I'm not so sure, has made a shot tonight. Had some nice looks. She's had some great moves, great feeds, just has to finish. Kephart the foul, her first, team's eighth. And going to the free throw line to shoot a couple will be Kelsey Achenbach. Achenbach with the 1-and-1. First free throw, no good. Zidlicki the rebound for Decorah. Now to Kephart. Minute 15 to play till halftime. 20-12, Decorah. Stahlberger up into the front court. Now to Kephart. Kephart deep on the right side, takes a couple of dribbles, passes deep on the left side to Stahlberger. Stahlberger on the drive, left of the lane, takes a 12-footer. It's an air ball, rebound pulled down by Moret. Moret quickly up on the left side to Trouch, quickly ahead to Achenbach, all alone, lays it up and in. Achenbach with the bucket. It's 20-14 Decorah. 48 seconds to play second quarter. Kephart, right baseline to Shelby Stahlberger. Shelby takes a couple of dribbles and she traveled with it. Well, like I said, we're stuck on 20, and instead of going and building on that lead, we're letting the lead slip away here. 20-14 the score. Decorah on top. They've led by as many as 10 with 41 seconds left here in the first half. Trouts dribbles up into the front court. Trouts to Moret. Moret on the right side to Rickliff. Rickliff right of the key, guarded by Kephart. Right corner to Moret. Moret driving right baseline, put up the shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kriegel. Now to McDonough. 20 seconds left here in the first half. Left wing to Kephart. 20-footer, dances around the rim and goes. A two-pointer for Linnea Kephart were her first two of the night. 22-14, 8 seconds left here in the first half. Moret on the left wing to Welter. Welter guarded by McDonough underneath at the left block for a shot up by Rickliff, no good. And the horn sounds, the quarter is over, the half is over. Each team scores 8 points in that quarter. And Decorah will go off leading 22-14 here at the halftime break. Let's take a timeout for Decorah Tire Service. Paul Hudson, your State Farm Insurance agent. Dr. Kelly Reagan, Chiropractic, and Winneshiek Mutual Insurance. Prairie Du Chien 22-14. Decorah leading Prairie Du Chien here at the halftime break. Coming up this Friday morning, we will have a day after Christmas edition of the Friday Sports Show. We're going to get some mid-year updates from Decorah boys basketball coach John Carlson. Boys sitting at 4-1 right now. And from Decorah wrestling coach Jeff Friedoff. A couple of nice performances by the Vikings last week, including a win over Waverly Shellrock. Also, we'll get some Luther mid-year updates on the basketball side of things. We'll talk to Cam Schutnick, the assistant men's basketball coach at Luther, and we'll talk to Decorah's Moran Lonning and get a women's basketball update that's happening Friday morning at 8:10 on AM 1240 KDEC. Next week on Tuesday, hard to believe, Big Ten basketball will get underway. The Iowa Hawkeyes will be at Ohio State. 11 a.m. for the pregame and noon for the tip-off that day. Then a week from Friday, it'll be the TaxSlayer.com Bowl. Iowa and Tennessee, noon for the pregame, 2 o'clock for the kickoff on FM 100.5. And that same night, Larry and I will get back into action as the Decorah boys and girls will take on Southwind from Kilmer, a doubleheader.
I got to rest up.
For the first broadcast of 2015, and that will be a 6 o'clock start that night.
Yeah, we'll have to have a little extra popcorn to keep our energy level up.
So Decorah.
Anyway, thanks, Mr. Carroll.
For Decorah, it'll be Peyton Jurla, Taylor Skirring, Shelby Stahlberger, Sandra Zidlicki, and Caitlin Kriegel out on the floor. For Prairie Du Chien, it'll be Brooke Trouts, Katie Check, also Jenna Swigum, Lindsay Welter, and Brooke Moret will be out on the floor for Prairie Du Chien. Decorah will have the basketball. They will shoot to our left here in half number 2. Inbounds it comes to Skirring in the backcourt, guarded by Moret. Deep on the right side to Jurla. Jurla bounced pass into the corner, kicked out of bounds by Lindsay Welter. 7:52 left here in the third quarter as that ball must have gone way out into the cafeteria area.
Yeah, it went to Marquette. Laid a bet on the old boat.
And somehow the ball is still dry. That's kind of amazing.
That was ice, you know.
Here's Skirring, loses control of the ball. It ends up in a tie-up between Lindsay Welter and her, and the alternating possession will go to Decorah.
This is how we started out, Darren. Went to Prairie Du Chien, actually, but this is how we started out. Really no idea what we're going to do there.
Trouts throws it into the first row, but it's safe back in bounds. Check drives left side, left wing to Swigum, but her pass taken away by Shelby Stahlberger. Shelby drives in and lays it up for 2. Defense turns to offense as Shelby Stahlberger has 6. It's 24-14 to Decorah. 7:27 to play third quarter, I should say. Swigum on the left wing. Underneath at the left block to Welter. Welter backs it out to the left wing, guarded by Taylor Skirring. Skip pass over on the right side to Jenna Swigum. Swigum on the right wing to Brooke Trouts. Trouts on the near right wing, dribbles to the baseline, pass deflected by Drillett, taken underneath by Check. Check puts up a wild shot that hits the top of the backboard. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Decorah basketball.
She took a wild shot because Sandra Zidlicki was in her shorts. I mean, there was no way that shot was going up.
1 minute into quarter number 3, 24-14, as Prairie Du Chien extends the 3-1, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Brooke Trouts as Jurla dribbling around in the midcourt area.
She was saved by that foul because she had an over and back call otherwise.
Trouts picks up the foul, her first, team's first. 6:55 to play third quarter, a 10-point lead for the Vikings. Kriegel deep on the left wing, leaves it for Taylor Skirring, deep on the right side, right baseline to Jurlet. At 18-footer, no good, weak side board. Caitlin Kriegel had it stripped out of her hands by Moret and taken away by Moret, who dribbles up the center of the floor. Moret drives all the way down, put it up too strong. Rebound pulled down by Jurlet for Decorah. Throws it to nobody in particular. Skirring saves it in bounds to Jurlet. Had it stripped. It's a hot potato along the sideline, and last touch, it goes out of bounds, and it's last touch by Brooke Trouts. Vikes might have gotten a big-time break there.
I think so.
I'm going to be honest about it.
We didn't have a good angle.
No, actually we did, Larry. Got to be honest about it, man. Here's Skirring on the left wing, driving down the lane, put it up off glass, too strong. Sandra Zidlicki, the rebound, puts it up and in. Her first bucket of the night, and it's 26-14 Decorah.
Second offensive rebound of the night, too, Darren.
6:05 to play here, third quarter. Deep on the left wing is Swigum. Swigum takes a couple of dribbles to the free throw line, goes on the right wing to Check. Check guarded by Skirring in the person-to-person defense. Check stops at the left elbow, bounces it right side to Trouts. Trouts right corner to Welter. Welter. Guarded by Jurlett. Dribbles to the right wing. Now dribbles again to the right baseline. Dribbling around midcourt area. Bounce pass underneath the check. Tries to go into the lane. Lost control of it. Leaves it for Moret. Right corner to Welter. A three-pointer is up. No good. Zillicki the rebound for Decorah. And she was fouled on the way out by Jenna Swigum, who will pick up her third personal foul with 5:32 to play here in the third quarter. 26-14 Decorah.
Darren, I don't keep track of individual statistics, but Zandra Zidlicki has to have a ton of rebounds.
30-second timeout here asked for by Coach Storhoff with 5:32 to play here in the third quarter. 26-14 the score. Decorah leading Prairie Du Chien. Vikings trying to get their fifth win of the season. If they are able to do so, they can surpass last season's win total. And, yeah, obviously you're not going to be happy with just winning 5 this year, but doing it before the calendar year flips on this season, I'd have to say that's a definite sign of progress, Larry.
You bet, Darren. And, again, they've really only been out of one game, and that was against Cedar Rapids Xavier. The rest of the games have been very competitive. If they haven't won them, they've been very close. And this is no different tonight. There's still room for improvement.
Decorah sticking with the same lineup as is Prairie Du Chien. Correction, it's Kelsey Achenbach now in for Prairie Du Chien at one of the positions. Jurlett's pass intercepted by the aforementioned Kelsey Achenbach, who drives all the way down and gets fouled by Shelby Stahlberger. And Stahlberger picks up personal number 1, team foul number 1 as well.
Decorah ball number 15.
Baseline right. Trouts will look to get it inbounds in the front court to our right. 5:19 to play here in the third. It's a 26-14 lead for Decorah. Lob pass inbounds to the right block and Paige Rickliff, and Rickliff gets fouled by Peyton Jurlett. Peyton will pick up personal number 2. Team foul number 2 here in the second half.
I mean, Peyton's got just all this energy and everything else, but sometimes there's just a situation where you're not going to win.
Moret at the high post right, left side of Trouts. Trouts steps up to a 15-footer, no good. Rebound carried around, taken by Shelby Stahlberger for Decorah. Now to Schring to the front court to our left. Schring on the right wing to Stahlberger. Had it taken away by Achenbach, but she ran out of real estate on the far sideline. And it will be Decorah basketball.
Well, Prairie's really overplaying the pass to the wing. Backdoor that thing. We'll get a layup.
Taylor Schring inbounds to Peyton Jurlett. Prairie's playing this 1-3-1 matchup, and now they're back to a person-to-person defense. Top of the key to Kregel. Kregel on the right side to Schring. Schring retreats to the midcourt area. On the left side to Shelby Stahlberger. Stahlberger puts it on the deck, drives it to the right baseline, goes to Kregel. Kregel goes up, had her shot blocked. They're going to rule it a tie ball between Reckleff and Kregel. Alternating possession to Decorah. 4:42 to play in the third. 26-14 Vikings.
A good block there, but again, Kregel had the ball about at her waist.
Schring lob pass in towards Zidlicki. Run down by Kregel. Top of the key. Kicks it back to Peyton Jurlett. And Jurlett on the reset. Right side to Schring. Schring puts it on the deck. Drives it in the lane. Put up the shot. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Paige Rickliff. Rickliff picks up the foul. Her first, team's third. And going to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Taylor Schring. 4:32 left here in the third. It's a 26-14 lead for Decorah. Make it 27-14 as Taylor Schring now has 11 points on the night. Second one coming. As Monteith, Kephart, and McDonough in the lineup for Decorah. Second one up and good. Schring now with 12. 28-14, the Vikes scored the first 6 points here in the second half. Out of the front court comes Trouts. Trouts to the right wing. High on the right to Rickliff. Rickliff dumps it into Moret, right block, put up the shot, good. Brooke Moret with 6 points now on the night. A 28-16 lead for Decorah. Decorah ball shooting to our left. McDonough has it on the left wing. Puts it on the deck. Goes top of the key to Kephart. Left side to Monteith. Monteith on the left wing. Back between the circles to Schring. Schring driving right side. Taylor finds an opening down the right side. Lays it up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Prairie Du Chien. Rickliff got it. Off to Moret. Moret on the left side. Dribbles to the top of the key. Goes on the right side to Trouts. Trouts high on the right to Rick left. Rick left dumps it underneath the right block to Achenbach. Lays it up. No good. Rebound being fought for. They're going to rule it a tie-up between Kriegel and Achenbach, alternating possession to Prairie Du Chien.
You know, Darren, I don't know what to say after that play.
Inbounds it comes for the Blackhawks. Trouts has it on the right side. 15-footer right side. No good. Rebound down to Prairie Du Chien. Rick left puts it up and in, and a foul is called on Riley Monteith.
And what I was saying about that, fans, a minute ago there is that we had the rebound. I don't know how we didn't end up getting the rebound.
Kephart picks up the foul, her second, team's third. The bucket for Rick left, the opportunity at the hat trick, the first and only up and good, and it's 28-19, Prairie Du Chien, 3:25 to play here in the third. Jurlet deep on the right side, dribbling around midcourt area. Jurlet kicks it to Kephart along the right baseline, 15-footer blocked by Achenbach, pulled down by Rickliff. Rickliff now to Trouts. Trouts in the middle of the floor, guarded by McDonough, stops at the free throw line, keeping her dribble. Goes on the right side to Descharme. Goes top of the key through the hands of Rickliff. Ball will go out of bounds. Trying to save it is Prairie Du Chien, but Trouts ran out of real estate, or Achenbach did. And it'll be Decorah ball. 3:03 to play here in the third. 28-19, Prairie Du Chien trailing the Decorah Vikings. Vikes led 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. Each team scored 8 points in the second quarter. Extending the pressure is Prairie Du Chien, scurrying to McDonough underneath the Zidlicki right block, put it up too strong, and that one is going to be a tie-up between Zidlicki and Ducharme, and Ducharme took the brunt of the blow. The alternating possession will go to Decorah. Ducharme up and showing no ill effect of the fact that Zidlicki fell down on the play.
Fell right down on her, yeah, betcha. But again, there's Zid. Guys, you had a good little bunny right there. You got to make that.
Scurrying inbounds to Monteith at the left block. Back to Taylor in the left corner. Taylor backs out to the left wing. A three-pointer is short. Rebound to the side. Taken by Prairie Du Chien. Rick left got it. Rick left now to Trouts. Trouts quickly ahead on the right side. A check. Check lays it up and in. Katie Check with the layup for two, and Coach Storhoff going to take a timeout. 2:38 to play here in the third quarter. It is 28-21. Decorah, let's take a timeout for Wicks Construction. Happy holidays from Prairie Du Chien, 28-21. Decorah leading Prairie Du Chien with 2:38 to play here in the third quarter. One thing that's kind of giving you heartburn tonight, Prairie Du Chien has consistently beat Decorah down on the fast break. It hasn't burned Decorah a ton, but I'd imagine that was the point, or at least part of the point of the timeout there, and we'll talk about it at the next dead ball. Stahlberger driving right baseline. Right side to Jurlet. Jurlet on the right wing, top of the key to Taylor Scurrying. Scurrying, holding and looking. Deep on the right side of Peyton Jurlet. Jurlet on the drive of the lane. Put up the shot, no good, but a foul is going to be called. They're going to rule a block on Prairie Du Chien. Katie checked the foul, her first, team's fourth, and Peyton Jurlet will come to the free throw line.
Right now, Decorah's offense appears to be get the ball and drive to the basket, which is okay, but you got to get the five people working together to create an opening out there, and that's just not happening.
And I guess they did not rule it in the act of shooting. Decorah will have it baseline right. 2:19 to play here in the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Vikings. Top of the key, scurrying on the left side to Jurlet. Jurlet on the drive of the lane. Tried to dump it off to Zidlicki, but her pass was intercepted by Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret leaves it to Achenbach. Achenbach lays it up. No good. Rebound pulled down, and a foul is going to be called on Prairie Du Chien. Another bunny missed by the Blackhawks. Boy, they've had a ton of them.
I tell you, they're going to have a lot of bunnies next year out there in the wild because there's going to be a good reproduction. Not many of them are dying.
Katie Check with the foul, her second, team's fifth. Extending the pressure is Prairie Du Chien. Peyton Jurlet has it at three-quarter court, dribbles it across the timeline. Ball knocked into the backcourt. It's taken by Peyton Jurlet. She throws it to nobody in particular. It's loose on the floor. It's a hot potato, and it's going to end up Decorah ball with 1:51 to play here in the third quarter. 28-21, Prairie Du Chien.
Well, I don't know why we're trying to dribble against a press. It never works.
Stahlberger up into the front court. On the left side to Skirring. Lob pass underneath the Zidlicki left block. Puts it up and in from a tough angle. Zidlicki with 5. It's 30-21 Decorah. Minute 35 to play third quarter. Deep on the right side with it is KDEC. Check top of the key to Moret. Moret's going to have an open look at a three-pointer, but she airballs it. Rebound will go out of bounds, and it'll be a foul on Peyton Jurlid. Jurlid will pick up her third, team's fourth. With 1:25 to play here in the third quarter. Kregel and McDonough will get Jurlid and Monteith to join Skirring, Zidlicki, and Stahlberger on the floor. Lob pass inbounds to Moret deep on the left side of the free throw line, and Skimp. Skimp holding and looking, dumps it to Trouts, driving in the lane, put up the shot, good. Trouts with her first bucket, 30-23 Prairie Du Chien. 1:10 to play here in the third quarter. Skirring dribbles across the timeline, now starts to push, drives all the way to the block, put up the shot, it's blocked by Moret, and Moret pulls it down for Prairie Du Chien. Moret up into the front court. Moret driving the right side, drives by Kregel, goes down the lane and lays it up for 2. Moret with her 8th point of the night. 30-25, closest Prairie Du Chien has been in a while with 48 seconds to play here in the third. Stahlberger now to Skirring. Skirring passes across the timeline to the right wing and Kregel. Kregel to Stahlberger, dribbling around midcourt area, and a reach-in foul called on Prairie Du Chien. Really not a lot of away from the ball movement happening right now for Decorah.
None. You're being very kind when you say not much. Everybody's standing around kind of watching.
Trouts with the foul, her second, team sixth. 6 on Prairie Du Chien, 4 on Decorah, 34.4 to play in the quarter. It's 30-25. Inbounds comes to Kregel, poked away, taken away by Weaver for Prairie Du Chien. Now to Moret. Moret up into the front court. Moret with 25 seconds. Deep on the right side to Descharme. Descharme now to Trouts. Trouts retreats to the midcourt area. Guarded tightly by Taylor Skirring. Trouts dribbling around midcourt area with 14 seconds left here in the half. Trouts dribbling around right side, driving to the right baseline, put up the shot, no good. Zidlicki secures the rebound with 5 seconds for Decorah. Now to Skirring, quickly ahead to Stahlberger. Stahlberger lost it, got it back, put it up, no good. Horn sounds as Descharme gets the rebound. The third quarter comes to an end, and it's 30-25 Decorah. We go to the fourth after this for Vicks Heating and Plumbing. Well, it's a 5-point game as we go to the fourth quarter. Prairie Du Chien outscores Decorah 11-8 in the second quarter after both teams scored 8 points in the second quarter. The 11-8 margin was the third quarter, and Decorah outscored Prairie Du Chien 14-6 at the end of one. It is 30-25. It'll be Blackhawk ball to start quarter number 4.
Shooting-wise, Decorah is ending up shot 11 of 32 so far. That's 34%. Prairie Du Chien right now is shooting 10 of 34, and they've only got 30% in the bucket. Our shooting's going south here.
Trouts up into the front court to our right for Prairie Du Chien with Weaver, Moret, Skemp, and Achenbach. Trouts driving to the block, put up the shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Zidlicki for Decorah. In there was Skirring, Kregel, McDonough, and Stahlberger. Taylor to the front court to our left. On the left wing to Shelby Stahlberger. Stahlberger on the left wing had it knocked away, taken away by Brooke Moret. For Prairie Du Chien, or rather it was Ducharme on the steal. Out of Brooke Moret, high on the left. Deep on the right side to Ducharme. Ducharme back between the circles to Trouts. Trouts on the right wing to Ducharme. Ducharme high on the right to Welter. Takes a 20-footer. It is no good. Rebound Sandra Zidlicki for Decorah. Leaves it for Taylor Skirring, who will jag it to the front court to our left. 7:10 to play. 5-point lead for Decorah in the ball. On the left wing with it is McDonough. Maria will hold and look at the free throw line to Kregel. Kregel now to McDonough on the left wing, back between the circles to Stahlberger. Right wing to Taylor Skirring. Taylor holds and looks against Weaver. Taylor on the drive in the lane, put it up off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down to Descharme for Prairie Du Chien. Leaves it for Trouts, who will walk it up into the front court. Trouts on the right wing to Welter. Welter high on the right to Descharme. Descharme on the left side to Trouts. Trouts on the left wing to Moret. Moret high on the right to Skimp with 15-footer, no good. Stahlberger the rebound for Decorah. Now to Skirring, who will walk it up into the front court. To our left, 6:24 to play. Vikes with a 5-point lead. On the right wing, Shelby Stahlberger, and she is held and fouled by Ducharme. That'll be the first on Ducharme, the 7th on the team. Decorah will shoot throws for the final 6:20 in this one.
Well, it's going to be very important that we shoot them well, too, Darren, because we're going to need them.
Decorah is 4 of 7 at the free throw line. On the season, they are 49.7%.
Boy, look at this. We're stuck on 30 again, Darren. We got up to 30 real quickly there in the beginning of the second half, and now we've been stuck there for at least 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Shelby Stahlberger at the free throw line. She's got 6 points. First free throw up for Shelb's up and good.
Maybe that'll help. Get us off that 30.
31-25. Decorah has led by as many as 12. Prairie Du Chien's last lead was 2-1. So the Vikings have controlled things the majority of the night. Second free throw, no good. Rebound pulled down by Prairie Du Chien. Sheik got it. Now to Trouts. Trouts on the walk to the front court to our right. High on the left side, Moret. Moret, right side to Rickliff. Rickliff, right corner to Trouts. Three-pointer up and good. Trouts with the three-pointer. She's got 5. And it's 31-28 Decorah. 2 minutes into quarter number 4. Jurlid tried to bounce it to Stahlberger, and Moret kicked it into the second row of the bleachers on the far sideline.
Why do we dribble against a press, Darren?
Skirring with the basketball, midcourt area, around a screen of McDonough. McDonough catches the screen roll pass, top of key, left side to Peyton Jurlid. Had it stripped, taken away by Prairie Du Chien. Up the left side comes Maria Skimp. Skimp bounce pass underneath the Trouts, falls to the floor, loose ball being fought for. It's still being fought for. And they're going to give a timeout to Prairie Du Chien. You cannot call a timeout when nobody has possession. It's going to be a full timeout by Prairie Du Chien. That's an awful job by the officials. That is an awful job by the officials. When nobody has possession, you cannot call a timeout. And every official does it, and it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.
Well, the last memo from the state office as far as officiating, of course, I still am on the list. They did mention that.
Yeah. And we'll keep it here during the break with 5:35 left. 31-28. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah. This is closest the Blackhawks have been in quite some time. Let's reset the game right now. Blackhawks have committed 7 fouls. Decorah has committed 4. Possession arrow belongs to Decorah right now. Timeout situation, 2 fulls and a 30 left for Prairie Du Chien. 2 fulls left for Decorah. 5:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. It is 31-28. Prairie Du Chien. Skirring, Kephart, Stahlberger, McDonough, and Zidlicki for Decorah. It is Sheik. It is Rickleff. It is Swigum. It is Trouts and Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Fly pass inbounds to Rickleff. Rickleff. Right side to Trouts. Trouts takes the three-pointer. No good. Rebound in the lane taken by Rickleff. Rickleff along the right baseline guarded by Zidlicki. Bounce pass to Trouts in the lane. Lost control of it. And they're going to call a loose ball or a jump ball when the ball was on the floor and nobody had possession. Decorah will get possession though. 5:23 to play here in the fourth quarter. McDonough kicks it inbounds to Kephart. Kephart now to Skirring, who will dribble up into the front court. They're going to a double dribble on Skirring.
Dribbling against a press, Darren, I don't understand. I'm not going to say it again tonight, but I don't understand that.
Prairie Du Chien will dribble up into the front court with Trouts. Trouts deep on the right side to Check. Check between the circles to Rickleff. Rickleff on the left side to Trouts. Trouts right side to Swigum. Swigum deep on the right wing, guarded by McDonough. Back between the circles to Moret. Moret to Trouts, underneath to Skimp, and Skimp went up, shot blocked, and a foul is going to be called on Sandra Zidlicki, who will pick up her third with 4:54 to play.
Well, Sandra did the normal there. She did the tomahawk. If she'd have gone straight up, she'd have had probably a block or a very intimidated shot, and then she could have got the rebound, but she did a little bit of a tomahawk, and they'll call it every time whether you hit anybody or not.
Katie Check will go to the free throw line. First free throw up and good to make it 31-29 Decorah. 4:54 to play. Zillicki out, Kriegel in.
Excuse me, Darren, but this is that thing we've talked about all year. Which girl on Decorah's sideline is going to step up and take charge of this team?
Second free throw coming for Czech, looking for point number 7. It is up. It is no good. Rebound taken by Moret. She'll put it up and in. We are tied at 31 with 4:51 to play. Stahlberger to Kephart. Kephart passes to McDonough near the timeline. McDonough will dribble away from the pressure. Kicks it now to Kephart. Kephart driving right baseline. Put up a 15-footer. It is no good. Prairie Du Chien with the rebound and Swigum. Swigum now to Trouts. Trouts kicks it to Moret. Moret now to Trouts. Tabakey goes on the right side to Swigum. Swigum, Tabakey to Rickliff. Lob pass underneath, deflected away. Loose ball being fought for in the corner. Taken on the floor by Swigum. Swigum goes right wing to Rickliff. Rickliff now to Trouts. Trouts going to take a three-pointer. It is no good. Kephart the rebound for Decorah. We're tied with 4:08 to play. Taylor Skuring will dribble up into the front court. Skuring on the left wing to McDonough. Try to get it to Kriegel. Loose ball taken there by Skuring. Right baseline to Stahlberger. Stahlberger is going to be called for an offensive foul. Well, I thought there had to be contact for there to be a foul, but Shelby gets her second, team 6.
Wow.
3:54 to play, 31-31.
That was
I'm not going to pick on these guys too much because you know what? The quality of basketball isn't very good, and that makes it a hard game to officiate.
But you know what? That was a showboat call.
Trouts right corner to Swigum. Swigum back to Trouts right side. Takes a 5-footer in the lane. Good. And Prairie Du Chien retakes the lead with 3:39 to play. 33-31. Prairie Du Chien, Decorah ball at three-quarter court with McDonough. Try to get it off to Skuring, taken away by Trouts. Trouts drives in, lays it up for 2. And Trouts has 7 points here in the fourth quarter. 9 on the night, and Decorah will take a timeout with 3:25 left. Prairie Du Chien up 35-31.
Timeout Decorah, and full timeout.
Prairie Du Chien has outscored Decorah 21-9 here in the second half.
The worst part about that last turnover is that, again, only one person on the court was moving. And the other thing is that when they made the turnover, they didn't go to play defense. They just kind of watched them go in for the layup.
Decorah with 1 full timeout remaining. Prairie Du Chien with 2 fulls and a 30. Prairie Du Chien has committed 7 fouls, and Decorah has committed 6. Possession arrow belonging to Prairie Du Chien. That's our game reset with 3:25 left, and a 35-31 lead for Prairie Du Chien.
This press that they have on us here has really hurt us. 2-2-1.
Bounce comes to Stahlberger, now to Jurlid, just shy of the timeline. She'll dribble her way right into a trap. Jurlid leaves it now to Stahlberger. Stahlberger had it knocked away, and there's going to be a foul on the floor as Moret's going to get the personal.
Well, how many times are we going to dribble right into that press there, Darren? When you have 3 girls for Prairie Du Chien are on the one side of the court, certainly if we reverse the ball, we should have a layup.
Shooting the 1-on-1.
And in fairness, nobody on the other side's looking for the ball either.
No.
Shelby's going to have a 1-and-1. Moret her second foul, team's 8th. Shelby has the only point here in the fourth quarter for Decorah.
And the thing is, you don't want to look at a press break as a chance to break the press. You want to look at it as a chance to score.
First free throw up and good for Shelby. He's got 8 points on the night.
There's always a gamble when you put a press on a team that you're going to speed the game up and have more openings for possible offensive moves by the defense.
35-32, 3:16 left. Second free throw up and good for Shelby. She's got 9 on the night. 35-33, Prairie Du Chien, 3:13 remaining. Up out of the front court comes Brooke Trouts. Trouts bounce pass on the right wing to Welter. Welter between the circles to Swigum. Over on the right corner to Weaver. Weaver takes a three-pointer. It is no good. Rebound being fought for, and winning that fight is Sandra Zidlicki. She wanted it more than anybody else there. Skuring up into the front court for Decorah. Vikes with an opportunity to tie with 2:49 left. Near left wing to Shelby Stahlberger. Stahlberger, Tabakey to Jurlid. Jurlid dribbling around midcourt area. Bounce pass deep on the right wing to Taylor Skirring. Skirring drive to the baseline, dumps it to Zidlicki. Left block, lays it up and in. Zidlicki now with 7. Nice feed from Taylor. We're tied at 35 with 2:30 left.
Great assist there.
Up into the front court comes Trouts. Trouts on the right side to Welter. Welter tried to get it off to a teammate. It's run down on the right wing by Swingham. Swingham to Welter, right corner, guarded by Skirring. Backing out to the midcourt area. Bounce pass on the right wing to Achenbach. Achenbach had it knocked away, and Peyton Jurlet's going to get called for the foul. That'll be her 4th, team 7th, 2:08 left, 35-35. And going to the free throw line will be Achenbach. She is 0 for 1 from there tonight. She has 2 points.
Team 7.
Don't have any stats available on Prairie Du Chien since they're not a state school and not on quick stats, in case you're wondering.
Blackhawks, number 20.
2:08 left. We're tied at 35. Here we go.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Kelsey Achenbach, first free throw is no good. Kregel the rebound for Decorah. Outlet to Stahlberg, out of Skirring. Skirring right baseline to McDonough. McDonough on the right wing to Taylor Skirring. A three-pointer is up. It is no good. Rebound to Moret for Prairie Du Chien. Moret up into the front court. Moret driving down the right side. Bounce pass on the right wing to Skemp. Skemp driving right baseline. Deep in the midcourt area to Rickliff. Rickliff on the left side to Moret. Moret bounce pass on the right side to Achenbach. Achenbach guarded by McDonough. Achenbach on the right wing to Rickliff. Rickliff retreats to the midcourt area. Minute 33 left. We're tied at 35. High on the right, Rickliff guarded by McDonough. Bounce pass on the left side to Trouts. Trouts on the left wing guarded by Taylor Skirring. She'll take a couple of dribbles. She'll spin to the free throw line. Goes right side to Skemp with a minute 18 remaining. Now to Trouts. Trouts to key to Moret, pecked on by Stahlberger. Moret on the drive of the lane, right side Trouts. Trouts going to take a 3. It is around the rim, no good. Kregel the rebound with a minute 7 left for Decorah. Now to McDonough. McDonough will dribble up into the front court to our left, leaves it for Taylor Skirring on the left wing with 1 minute left. Skirring picking up her dribble, leaves it for Stahlberger. Stahlberger splits defenders down the lane, put up the shot, no good, but a foul called on Moret with 52.6 seconds left.
I was just going to ask you, Darren, what do? Do you try to shoot right away here, or do you run the clock out and go for that last second shot? I guess we don't have to worry about that, do we?
Shelby is 3 of 4 at the free throw line. She has 9 points. We're tied at 35. There's 52.6 seconds left. First free throw up and good for Shelby Stahlberg.
I'll tell you, Shelby, she's really played good basketball the last couple of games I've seen her play. I didn't see the Oline game, so I don't know what happened there, but it didn't sound like there was much to worry about that game the whole way. So,
doing what you expect a senior should do at this time of year. Second free throw for Shelby, back iron and through the bottom of the well. 37-36. Shelby Stahlberger with 2 free throws, and Decorah is up 37-35, I should say, with 45 seconds to play. In the left corner with it is Skemp. Skemp to Akita Trouts. Trouts going to take a 3-pointer. Front rim, no good. Rebound down. Sandra Zidlicki for Decorah. 35 seconds. Right wing to Jurlet, and Bridget Storhoff calls a timeout. 33.9 to play. 37-35. Decorah on top.
That was Decorah's 30th defensive rebound, Darren.
As compared to how many offensive for Prairie Du Chien?
Prairie Du Chien has 2 offensive rebounds. And on the other hand, Prairie only has 23 defensive rebounds. Of course, Decorah only has 2 offensive. So, been kind of a weird game, a lot of respects. But I'd like to see the rebound total for Sandra Zidlicki.
It's been a ton tonight.
It's been pretty impressive.
33.9 to play. Decorah out of timeouts. Prairie Du Chien has 2 fulls and a 30. Prairie Du Chien's next foul will put Decorah into the double bonus. Decorah has committed 7 fouls. And your possession arrow belongs to Prairie Du Chien. That's how we reset it. With 33.9 to play, 37-35. Decorah on top. Prairie Du Chien took the lead with 3:39 left. Zidlicki tied it up on a layup and a great feed from Taylor Skirring with 2:30 left. And Shelby Stahlberger gave Decorah the lead with 52.6 seconds left. on 2 free throws.
It'll be interesting to see how Prairie plays this. I'm sure they're going to try to go for the steal. If they don't get it, they'll foul somebody, of course.
Scoring, Jurlid, Stahlberger, Kregel, and Zidlicki for Decorah. Inbounds it comes to Stahlberger in the backcourt. Stahlberger being double-teamed in the backcourt, spins away from the double team, gets it across the timeline, dumps it to Taylor on the right wing. Taylor goes to Jurlid, and Achenbach fouls Taylor Scoring on the pass. Achenbach picks up her first, team's 10th. 23.8 to go. Scoring at the free throw line. She is 4 for 5 from there tonight. On the season, she is a 56%er.
Need the first one here for sure.
She has 12 points here on the night. 10 came in the first half. Free throw no good.
Now we need this one. Need to get 3 points here for sure. Get a lead.
23.8 left. 37-35. Prairie Du Chien trails Decorah. Second free throw up. No good. Zidlicki fouls Achenbach. On the battle for the board, Sandra picks up her first, team's 8th. Now, Achenbach will get 2 at the other end. She is 0 for 2 at the line tonight and has 2 points.
You know, this might maybe turn out all right for Decorah. You hate to let a team that's behind walk down the floor and have freebies, but we'll see.
Achenbach bounces it a couple of times. Free throw up, no good. Kregel the rebound for Decorah. With 21 seconds, trying to get it off to Stahlberger, and she was fouled by Trouts. Trouts picks up her third. Shelves will have a couple at the free throw line. 4 of 5 at the free throw line for Stahlberger. And has 10 points.
Tell you what, you can't say enough for the way Decorah is closed down the offensive end for them on rebounding.
Free throw. Missed.
Wow.
Pretty ugly that time for Shelby.
Yeah, barely drew iron.
Second free throw coming with 20.2 seconds to play. 37-35 Decorah. Shelves will have another. It is up. It is front rim. No good. Rebound being fought for. It's loose. Taken by Trouts and Prairie Du Chien with 17 seconds. Trouts dribbles to the front court to our right. Goes on the left side to Sheck. Sheck takes a couple of dribbles. Drives in the lane. Goes left corner to Moret. Three-pointer is up. It is no good. Rebound down on the weak side. Welter puts it up. No good. Loose ball tied up between Zidlicki and Rickliff. Prairie Du Chien will keep it with 2 seconds left, and they'll inbound it from the baseline right. And Paula Shedevy will take a full timeout.
I'm going to tell you what, Darren. Zidlicki just had a girl do pull-ups on her arms on the rebound. She had that rebound completely secured, and the girl literally did a pull-up on her arms, and they ended up with a jump ball.
2 seconds left. Prairie Du Chien trailing Decorah 37-35. They'll have the basketball, and they shoot to our right, and they'll play it baseline right.
Well, there's no way they should have an opportunity here because Zid had that rebound, and the only way that they could get it is they had to climb up her back and try to grab her. Literally grabbed her arms. I would call it a pull-up. That's exactly what I would call it, just an old-fashioned pull-up. They just literally grabbed her arms and pulled them down.
Scoring, Stahlberger, Zidlicki, Kregel, and Jurlid for Decorah. It is Weaver, Moret, Trouts, Sheck, and Rickliff for Prairie Du Chien. 2 seconds to play, 37-35, Vikings on top. Welter will look to get it in bounds. Welter holds and looks. Trey over the hands of Moret. It's taken by Trouts. Put up the shot. No good. Zidlicki the rebound. And the Vikes will escape. Wisconsin with a victory tonight. 37-35. Decorah defeats Prairie Du Chien. And the Vikings will surpass their 2013-2014 win total on the 2014 end of their schedule here tonight. Taking a look at the scoring in tonight's ball game. First for Decorah. They were led tonight by Taylor Scoring with 12 points, 9 points for Shelby Stahlberger, 7 for Sandra Zidlicki, 2 points for Linnea Kephart, 2 points for Peyton Jurlid, or 3 points for Peyton Jurlid, and 2 points for Caitlin Kriegel. Prairie Du Chien led tonight by Brooke Moret with 10, Brooke Trouts with 9, 6 for Paige Rickleff, 6 for Katie Check, 2 points for Kelsey Achenbach, and 2 points for Maria Skimp. Free throw shooting on the night, Prairie Du Chien 5 of 9, Decorah 8 of 15. Your stats, Coach B.
Well, Darren, it's certainly nice to see Decorah pull one out here. It was not pretty, but they certainly buckled in there when they needed to, and they made it happen, and that's good to see. Always nice to end this year, shall we say, on a win. But you know what, Darren? Decorah ended up shooting for the game only about 30%. They made 12 of 36, and that certainly is probably something that they'd like to see improved. And again, their defense was great because they did hold Prairie Du Chien to 35% shooting on 13 of 37. 3-point difference here tonight was probably the ball game. Decorah ended up getting 3. Prairie Du Chien ended up getting 2, and of course, if you recall here from the broadcast folks, listening audience, they had 2 wide open looks at threes there at the end of the ball game and weren't able to get them to go down. And again, credit Zidlicki for an outstanding job on the rebounding end of things. So the other girls helped out, but Zid was just unbelievable. I mean, I don't know how many rebounds she had.
A lot.
Decorah ended up with 32 defensive rebounds, and they ended up with 2 offensive rebounds for the night, which is very unusual. And on the other hand, Prairie Du Chien only had 24 and defensive rebounds and only had 3 offensive. So both teams did a poor job of getting offensive putback situations, and I think that led to this relatively low scoring game, 37-35. You certainly expect more than that in the high school. But other than that, turnover-wise, Decorah ended up with 17. They had quite a few there in the third quarter, kind of let Prairie Du Chien come back into the game when we had a 12-point lead. And Prairie Du Chien ended up with only 10, and they had 8 of those in the first half. So they played a lot better ball game in the second half, took care of the basketball a lot better. And really what caused Decorah a lot of trouble tonight, Darren, was that I would call it like a 1-2-2 full court press, and again, Decorah needs to take a look at that. I can remember when I coached 9th grade boys coming over here, the boys did the same press, and they got aggressive with it, and it's very tough to break. If you try to dribble against it, you're dead in the water.
All right, 37-35. Vikes up to 5-4 on the season, surpassing their win total from last year, and hopefully you can just build from here as you head to 2015's portion of the schedule. Well, this is our last broadcast for 2014. This is the 90th local sporting event that KDEC Radio has covered this year, and for a radio station that primarily just covers one school, that's as much as you're going to get out of anybody, and we're proud to bring it to you each and every night, and we're proud that you guys are at the other end listening to our broadcast each and every night. And from the bottom of our hearts, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year all out there in Viking Nation, and wish you the same there, my friend. I know the boys are going to be back in town this weekend, and that'll be fun for you and Vicky and everybody, and make sure you tell them hi from me, and 10 more days and we'll get back at this thing, but a lot of important things between now and then.
You're right, Darren, and certainly tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, and again on Friday morning, we're going to be playing some basketball down there at 6 o'clock at the high school. If anybody's out there listening, come on down, especially if you're somebody coming back to town for vacation. And again, Darren, same to you. Have a good holiday, and certainly all the people out there listening, especially Ruth. And our new fan tonight, or I guess probably one that's been listening before, Brent, certainly appreciate him giving you a howdy do to make sure we knew they had 2 fans.
All right, and hopefully Brent and Claire were listening as well tonight, and hopefully Santa brings them everything they want to come tomorrow night. So we'll be back at it in 10 days, and look forward to working with you then there, Coach B.
You bet.
Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. So without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, Viking fans. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, it was a 37-35 win for the Decorah girls here in Prairie Du Chien. Our next broadcast will be a week from Friday night as the Decorah girls get back into action and the boys get back into action down at Southwind. It will be a boy-girl doubleheader. Our coverage will begin at approximately 6 o'clock that night. So for Larry Berlin, Darren Swenson saying so long from Prairie Du Chien, and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. 37-35, Decorah girls get the victory here tonight. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you on January 2nd.